Hi. This is me. Well, it was me, back in the 90s. I grew up during that time watching and falling in love with some of the worst movies that have ever been made.
And this place shall be wiped from the face of the land!
I've been revisiting a lot of those movies recently, and I thought I would share them with you. And I wanted to share them in a way that this me would have loved. These are bad movies about cool swords. The movie opens with this guy, Voltan. He's the bad guy. Now he's on his way to chat with this guy, his dad, who will ultimately be stabbed before he can be saved by this guy, Hawk, the hero. Now Voltan was there to demand the key to the ancient power.
I demand the key to the ancient power!
Which is this glowing rock thing. His dad refused to give it to him, so Voltan stabs him. After getting it himself, Hawk uses the key to create the Mind Sword. And he swears vengeance for the death of his father. After seeing this scene, you might have some questions. Why was his dad in this gold room? What's the deal with the purple hot tub? Why are those gargoyles so horny? And should that really have been a fatal wound? And what's the deal with this prophecy?
The prophecy's fulfilled, my son.
Don't worry. Along with dear old dad, none of these things are ever going to be addressed, so just don't ask questions. None of this is going to make sense. This is Hawk the Slayer. Act 1. Hawk Vengers, assemble. Act 1 mostly serves to introduce Hawk's team. We get Ranulph, the one-armed man, Gort, the giant fighter, Crow, the elf ranger, Baldin, the dwarf rogue, and Woman. I'm not just saying that she doesn't get a name, they just call her Woman.
Woman? The woman.
Old woman.
Even in the credits, she's just Woman. Now, Woman uses the magic power of glowing hula hoops to help the gang get together in this cave. We also learn that there's a group of nuns that have been visited by Voltan, and he kidnapped the abbess, who also doesn't get a name. It's going to be a running theme with this movie. He demands 2,000 gold pieces for her return.
For 2,000 pieces of gold, they can buy her freedom.
Now, here's my question. Why? The movie tries to tell us that Voltan is this supreme, powerful Dark Lord.
Voltan. The Dark One.
That he has like an army. At one point, he even claims to own everything.
I own everything, including your useless life.
He's literally just being a dick to a bunch of nuns for an arbitrary amount of money. Act 2.
Hawk to it!
It's so stupid. So, the gang has learned about this, so they go back to Woman, who tells them that they can get the money for that ransom. All they have to do is go beat up a slaver, and they can rob him and get the ransom money. That slaver is this guy.
Welcome!
So now we get to see our first whole team fight, where we learn that Elf is just so good at bow, that Ranulph's missing hand is not a problem with his crossbow. And also we learn that Hawk doesn't really do shit. I mean, the giant steps in some water, the dwarf kind of whips a guy, Hawk just kind of shows up. But at the end of it, they have the money and they go back to the church. The second act of the movie also tries to show us, through a series of flashback sequences, the reason that these brothers hate each other. Now you might think, oh, because of the dad thing with the whole murder.
You're so stupid!
No, forget him, okay? I told you, he's never going to be mentioned again. That had nothing to do with whatever's going on right now. In the flashback sequences, we learn that Hawk was getting married, and that his brother Voltan comes back from the wars to find out that the girl he was sweet on before he left is now marrying his little brother. And she tells him, oh, but we were just friends.
You and I were friends. Nothing more.
And Voltan loses his shit. Voltan is a nice guy. He's one of those guys. He's friend zoned. He's just angry. He's an incel. This movie is about an incel bad guy. The first one, he's the progenitor of the incels. That doesn't make sense because they would... Anyway, never mind. In the flashbacks, Voltan tries to kill Hawk, and the girl stops him by burning his dumb face with wood from the campfire. Voltan accidentally shoots her while the couple tries to get away. So that's why Hawk wants revenge. Alright? Forget the dad stuff. Nobody cares about dad. Dad's old news. This is something that happened at a different time before the dad thing. This is why they don't like each other. Alright? God. In addition to that, it is established that Voltan is getting healed or like helped somehow. I don't know what she's doing, but it looks like a not good thing by this chick, who very unsurprisingly also doesn't get a name. I think in the credits she's just called Sorceress. Yeah. So throughout the second act, this facial treatment happens a few times with little to no explanation. Then we learn that Voltan's son, Drogo... No, not that Drogo. It's this Drogo. The old, we got Drogo at home Drogo. Drogo gets denied a promotion from his dad, and after finding out that Hawk has the 2,000 gold, he decides he's gonna go get it on his own and get his own army, and then he can be the...
We'll see who is the Lord of the Dance.
Lord of the Dance? What the fuck? Drogo shows up at the church and promptly gets his ass handed to him, but not before saying this.
I am no messenger, but I will give you a message. The message of death!
It's real toilet store energy there, Drogo.
Hey! Where did you get those clothes? At the toilet store?
The message of death!
Act 3. The Hawkening. Voltan found out about Drogo's death and he is big angry.
Drago!
He's so mad, in fact, that he kills 2 of his own soldiers, one of them unbelievably quickly. Then he goes to yell at the church, but his horse is being so uncooperative that it makes the scene look even sillier than it already was.
And this place shall be wiped from the face of the land!
One of the nuns makes a deal with Voltan to spare her sisters if she lets him in, and she does so by poisoning the giant. Voltan comes in with his crew and ties up Hawk's party.
Tie them up.
Then he roasts them. Not with fire. He roasts them with some sick burns. Some sick comedy burns. It's open mic night.
Little men with pointed ears. I shall trim them for you later.
Ooh.
And the giant felled by a pinch of powder.
Got him. He also kills the dwarf. Then woman shows up. Remember her? I remember. She puts all the bad guys to sleep, and then instead of killing all of them, they leave.
And the Dark One will not be at his ministerings long. This will make them dream a little longer.
They go back to the cave, bury the dwarf,
This will protect the grave.
and get ready to stage the final assault to kick Voltan out of the church, and this time, woman comes along for the ride. She helps them out with glowing ping pong balls, and she's got a snow machine. There's no way they can lose. They kill the bad guys, including Voltan, except that the red sorceress lady comes in at the end as like a spirit or something, and she carries Voltan's body out, saying that he has more to do.
We have further need of you, Dark One. Your sleep of death will not last long.
It's a sequel tease. We got it. There's a sequel coming. It has been 45 years since this movie was released with no sequel, but hey, maybe one day we'll get more of this.
Leave this circle of light and I may be powerless to help you.
You should have given him the gold. He would have returned the abbess and left us to live in peace.
The peace of the dead.
If you made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out and watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope you liked watching it. Hit like if you did, dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comments what you thought, all that kind of stuff. I'd appreciate the sub. And I look forward to making more of this and more tabletop content for you guys. Thanks again. I love you. I'll see you later.